on the llama. Why so gloomy, Ruby?
I just got back from the library and I got lost.
You got lost? Lost how?
I was looking for a book for a project and I went to go find it, but I got this weird number and I couldn't figure out what it meant and I didn't find my book.
Well, did you ask someone for help?
No.
Well, why not?
I don't like talking to those nerds. Well, you're okay, but you're a cool librarian.
Cool, dude.
So you got lost in the library?
Well, I looked up a book I wanted on a computer and it gave me all these weird numbers and letters.
Well, that's a call number.
It was like some kind of secret code. I couldn't figure it out.
Call numbers aren't codes, silly. They're part of a classification system so librarians can find stuff in the library. It's how we get around the catalog, like a location number.
Yeah, I just hear nerd words falling out of your mouth.
You know what? If this is how you're going to be, I'm just going to go back to my book.
Wait, I'm sorry. How do libraries know all these numbers and letters mean? How do you find stuff?
Well, that's what the call numbers are for. They're part of a larger classification system that helps us organize information in all of our holdings. Without a classification system, we'd be lost.
How do you learn what that means?
It's part of our professional training, going to school.
Like a grad school or something?
Kinda.
The initiate has completed the training. We may now begin the ritual of call numbers. The letters and numbers combine to designate subject headings. Oh,
The letters and numbers combine.
Oh.
Anyway, not quite so nefarious. We spend a good deal of time learning about different classification systems, so that way we can find the items in our collections. It helps us, and it helps us to help you, the patron.
So what are these classification systems anyway? What's the big deal anyway?
Well, there's two major classification systems, the Dewey Decimal System and the Library of Congress classification system.
Library of Congress? Like a library but for Congress?
I mean, yeah, that was the original idea, but now it's one of the largest institutions in the whole world.
And that's why we use their system?
Yup, for a better explanation, let's cut to some friends.
But first, some snacks. There, I'm ready now.
The Library of Congress classification system is one of the most widely used systems. It was first developed in the late 19th and early 20th centuries to organize books held by the Library of Congress. It was invented by this guy, Herbert Putnam, the 8th and longest-serving Librarian of Congress. Over time, many other institutions have adopted this system. You'll mostly find this used by academic and research libraries, and obviously, the hallowed halls of the Library of Congress itself. The LC system divides everything into subject headings and denotes them with a letter in the alphabet.
Like so.
From there are subclasses which add another letter to denote a more specific subject. There's meant to be a hierarchy of topics in each subclass, going from the general to the more specific. Individual topics in subclasses get broken up into specific places, times, or other general formats like biographies, periodicals, etc., etc. These get 1 to 4 digit numbers, noting what they are. Then a decimal may be appended to that.
Cool.
Okay, so that takes up the first 2 lines you'll see. The next line with letter and number, that's a cutter number. There can be 1, 2, or sometimes 3 of those. What's the cutter number for, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. It's a decimal number, using a letter and some numbers to describe an aspect of an item, like the author's name or an even more specific subject, or a series title perhaps. The letter will be the first letter of the author's name, or the title, or whatever you are cuttering, and the number will be based upon the word, name, whatever you are cuttering's relative position in your collection, among like items, usually derived from alphabetical order. After all that cutter stuff, there might be some information on the volume number if need be, but then you put the publication year. Making sense? Yes? No? Oh, why am I asking you? You can't answer me. Anyway, here's an example of some LC call numbers.
Aha.
So, for example, say you're interested in looking up information on famous composer Ludwig van Beethoven. Not just any information, mind you, but a specific biography on his life. Perhaps you've been suggested this one, Beethoven, Anguish and Triumph, by Jan Swafford. Sounds like a great beach read if you ask me. Anywho, if you're going to find this on the shelf, here's the call number you'd be looking for. ML410 B4 S94 2014. ML is for Literature on Music, 410 being the topic within ML for biographies of composers. B4 is your cutter number for Beethoven. S94 is a cutter number to denote the author, Jan Swafford, and 2014 is for the year of publication. Using all that information, you can go find where the ML section is in your library, search the shelves, and bingo, bango, bongo, if it's available on the shelf, it's yours to peruse or check out. Clear as mud, huh? Now, get out of here. I got some damn fine coffee to drink.
I mean, I guess that's easy enough.
Once you really look at it, the way the subjects are organized under the LC system are actually pretty solid. There's almost an intuitive way that the letters align with what their specific subject schedule is, like T for technology or M for music. But there's a few really wonky ones, like somehow G's are geography, anthropology, and recreation, and dance is considered recreation, so it's GV, a subset of recreation. Who knew? But otherwise, once you work it out, the system is pretty easy to use.
I guess so. But that's not what I saw at the library today. This one had a bunch more numbers and dots and stuff.
Oh, that was Dewey Decimal then.
Yeah, sure. What's that one like?
Let's ask Mrs. Witherspoon.
The Dewey Decimal System is the creation of Melville Dewey. He first published his system in 1876, and it's been expanded through many editions since then. It's maintained by OCLC, or Online Computer Library Center. The Dewey Decimal System is a hierarchical system that uses numerals to represent classes. The major disciplines are covered in 10 classes. In Dewey's day, these were all the major disciplines a 19th century gentleman needed to know.
I say, good day, sir.
Here, a list of the major disciplines.
Aha.
The first 3 digits of the Dewey Decimal call number represent the main class, division, and section, in that order. Then, any further specification of the subject goes after the decimal and can go on from many places. The Dewey number is usually paired with a book number as well, to separate it from other books in the same specific section. Like so. So the first number, the hundreds place, is the main class. The middle number, the tens place, is the division of that class. The ones place, the last number, is that section's division. After that, a decimal gets added and you can get even more specific with your classification. Our example is 523.1. The main class is science, division astronomy, section specific celestial bodies and phenomena. The point 1 specifies further that this book is talking about planetary systems. Then there's the cutter number. H392B is for Hawking Stephen. Yes, this example is a brief history of time. A great light read on the creation of the universe. It is brief, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to watch my programs before I go to bed.
Irene, good night.
So that was probably what you saw in the book there.
Yeah.
Now is probably a good time to tell you, though, that while the system is well maintained and in popular use in many public libraries and universities, I kind of hate Dewey. I have a personal grudge.
Ooh, yes, do tell me.
So Melville Dewey was a bigot in every way. He was a racist, he was a homophobe, he was a sexist, he was everything that's wrong in this world. The whole gambit. And it comes up in his classification system.
Yes, tell me what you really think.
Well, Melville Dewey is a real Apologies. Where were we? Something about, major standards of cataloging. Right.
Why are there two anyway? Who needs more than one system?
Well, I mean, those are the main two that get used in the U.S., which is what we care about as Americans.
America.
But some institutions will prefer one system over the other, depending on their needs. It's actually kind of a bit of a debate among people.
Ooh, sounds like some drama. I do love me some drama. Go on.
Hey, Ducky. I gotta get these bookshelves organized this morning. What a mess.
I know. But really, I think you should use the Dewey Decimal System. It just makes sense.
Really, though, the Library of Congress system just seems so much easier to use. You know, less numbers, better organization.
Yeah, you must be insane. I mean, at least it's all the same for every schedule. There's no method to the madness behind these letters. But you can't organize that. Look at your desk. You gotta be kidding me. Come on.
Yeah, but look, the Dewey headings aren't logical either. Where do you put the fiction in that system? I mean, I got a fiction section here. It's just an afterthought. It's all stuck together. Nah, LC for me.
You know what? Dewey Decimal till I die. D is for duck. D is for Dewey. What? D is for decimal. D is for die.
Are you?
I know, that's messed up for the morning. Sorry.
LC is better.
No. Dewey.
No, LC.
Dewey.
Library of Congress.
Dewey.
LC.
Dewey.
LC.
Dewey. Hey, you know what?
Yes! Oh, this is the good stuff.
Yep. Anyway, that's all great. But it's not like the old days anymore, with cards that you actually had to, go through a drawer to get to. They're not handwritten and typewritten anymore. Now, we don't have to do that. Can you imagine going through, an old cabinet and having to open a drawer and find a card, pull it out?
No, thanks. I'm a modernist.
Well, now we have computers these days to keep track of all that stuff.
Oh, just when I thought I skipped all this nerd stuff.
Disregarding that, and just for the sake of time, we're not going to talk about all the coding details.
Oh, thank God.
Cool, dude.
But there are still structures in computers and things to help us keep track of everything. Hey, Llama, do you know what metadata is?
Metadata.
Yeah, it's basically data about data.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, see this book I have in my hand? It's a piece of information, right? There's information in it. So if I want to keep track of it, I need data on, the book itself, the title. And the author would be an example of some metadata to help me keep track of it in my system. That's metadata.
Huh. Seems easy enough. So what's all that do?
Well, metadata helps you organize stuff. Those subject headings in Dewey Library of Congress, those are metadata. You gotta keep stuff straight. And if you want to be able to find your books and things, you put all the metadata together in structures, also called schemas. And these guys will get all put into your computer. And there's a bunch of different schemas and bunches of different ways to do it. All of it's just there to organize information.
Wait, there's more organization stuff?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, but there are a lot more structures and systems that make institutions work. See? An example of a mark record.
Ah, so librarians are robots. I knew it. I knew Skynet was coming.
No, that's just a mark record. Machine readable catalog card.
Robots are taking over.
Well, thankfully, that's not something you're going to run into in the wild.
Oh, good.
In fact, just to ease your troubled mind, you don't have to talk about the different schemas that run a catalog on a computer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got a feeling that all that didn't compute.
So we're moving on then?
Yeah, I get the feeling computer jokes aren't PC.
I swear to God.
Anyway, bad jokes aside, now you have a bunch of information on different classification systems in the library.
I do. You're right. It's weird. I feel like I learned something. I just have one more question.
Okay, shoot.
Why would I need to know any of this stuff?
Well, Drama Llama, you really don't need to know any of that. And while you may not be doing the cataloging and all the background stuff, this is just like an FYI. This is a little inside baseball, so that way you know what a librarian goes through. All these standards and classification systems are just ways that information professionals keep track of things, and so we can better serve you.
You librarian informational professional types do seem to love your structure.
We really do. What's the point of having all of this stuff if you can't find it? So this is how we do it. These are our solutions. Our whole mission as information professionals is to help you, the patron, find stuff. So we get it all, we collect it all, we organize it for you. We've made it so that we can make your life easier. You are the seeker of information, and we are the keeper of the keys. Maybe just by learning a little bit more about what goes on in our world, you'll have an easier time using the library yourself. But never be afraid to ask a professional for help. That's what we're here for. We're here to serve.
Huh.
When in doubt, go to the library and ask the librarian.
Well, now that I know that, I guess I should go back to the library and get my book.
So what were you looking for anyway?
Don't worry about it. But just in case, do you have your passport?
Why would I need my passport?
Don't worry about it.
I said forget it.
Anyway, I'm off. See you later.
Don't worry about it.
I know you wake up every morning and the sun is glowing and you think of me, you see it, see the light inside me and the fight that drives me, makes it hard for you to breathe. You say I need you, that I have to heed you, that you want what's best for me, that I can't be unless you see it. You say I'm broken, you say you're chosen, you say that I don't know that I should grow that heart to beating. Whoa, oh, no, I won't go down that road. I will take my full control. I do not believe you. Every day, in any way, I'll face your mistakes. You won't be why my heart breaks. You'll never bring me down, 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 down. You will never bring me. I am free. I live with my decisions. I won't bat an eyelid. I don't need your help. I'm daylight. I'm alive and hopeful, confident and careful.
You eat bar, bar eat you. In Russia you dance, you don't dance, you will dance. If Russia says dance, you dance. That's it. So we dance.